Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to the Pretty Rich Teacher podcast. I am so excited to chat with you all today. Today, we are talking about what EdTech hiring managers are actually looking for when they are hiring transitioning teachers. I'm excited about this episode. I actually just hired my own assistant for my business. So, if you all don't know, I quick background of my experience. So, education, 8 years, teacher, instructional coach, school administrator. First job in ed tech was working in ed tech sales, then ed tech customer success, then back to sales. And now I'm a VP of customer success, which basically means I'm like an administrator of customer success. I helped my company build out their customer success team, and that also includes hiring. So I have hired CSMs, I have been on the hiring team for sales. That is also a little big reason. Well, I've done the roles really well, and then hiring for them, like I hire people who are really well, just like me. And then I hired for my assistant. So I want to kind of give you all a perspective because not think, I know a lot of teachers just have not ever had career coaching or career training. The extent of the career, like how to acquire a new career, has not ever been taught to teachers. So I wanted to like tell y'all exactly what are they actually hiring for, so that way y'all know. So I feel like whenever I am like looking at the questions y'all ask me, like I'm just like, oh, y'all just don't know. Like I don't think any of y'all are unsmart. I think y'all just don't know. And I'm like, okay, this will be a great time for me to tell y'all what we're actually looking for. Like I had, I don't know if I mentioned this in my last episode, but like I had a uh 2 week time frame where my clients were landing job offers like boop, boop, boop. I was like, ooh, ooh, okay, I think I cracked the code. Like I know exactly what it is, why, like what people are hiring for. And I feel like, I've also um I need to I just remembered something. But yeah, I also work with other like I do different contract work with different people where it includes helping hire people. So I'm like, let me actually give y'all an episode because I give you all the tips, I give you all the other side. I feel like a lot of my perspective is like teachers looking to go in, but I'm gonna give y'all the reverse, as someone who has been a teacher, like I've been in both sides. I'm like, I think this would be a great episode. So let's talk about what this presents as. So I posted another video on TikTok, and I had said, teachers, what is holding you back? And like, I'm actually going to pull that up. So I think that'll be helpful. And then I'll go over what hiring managers are actually looking for. Um, okay. Sorry. All right, let me pull up the video. Because I feel like these are good questions to address, and then I'll go over what hiring managers are looking for and what they're not looking for. So y'all to know what y'all need to be doing. Um, a side note, if you haven't listened to episode 20 on my podcast, it's called Applying for Jobs versus Making a Career Change. I highly recommend you go and listen to that because it'll kind of answer a lot of the things. I think the biggest thing is that because teachers don't have that much information on how to acquire a new job outside of being a teacher or outside of education, you take all of the things that you know about getting a job as a teacher into the corporate, and then you get mad. So not mad, but like you're like disappointed. So couple things. Someone said, oh, applying, I only had 2 interviews. Okay. And I referred to them 20 and 21. Why you're not landing interviews? And again, if you're just focused on landing interviews, I'm like, any interviews for what? Because I'm like interviews. I'm like, for what position? People aren't hiring me. I have certifications of telemarketing. Like this is a part of the people where they're like, I've tried everything. I've tried everything. Nothing is working for me. I've made it through multiple rounds, no offers. So I have a whole episode 59. So basically, like, I don't know what people are thinking of me. I'm like, oh, you keep referring me to a podcast episode. But I'm like, y'all want the answer is there. It's not a 1, 2, 3. It's not a 1, 2, 3. It is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then like each step is going to require some learning. So if you also haven't listened to my episode about why top 10 reasons why career transitions fail, it's not follow the directions. So um, if you are applying and you only had 2 interviews, my question is, what jobs have you applied for? And then if you're getting interviews but not getting job offer, then there's some interviewing skills. Some people said fear of making a mistake. not qualified. You are qualified. You just figure out what you want to do and get qualified for it. Don't know where to start. My podcast. Can't get an interview. It's your resume. I won't make as much working 12 months as I do right now, working 10. Not true. There are jobs that make 80 to 100K. So those are the common things I saw. But I'm going to talk about like what hiring managers are looking for. So 'cause I think a lot of it again is just like you're worried about getting an interview and then getting a job, and then like you're not actually focused on getting hired as the role you're applying for. So let's talk about what yeah, let me think about what other things got me thinking. I think the biggest thing is like you just like, want to figure out why is it not working. And I think it just will be helpful if I just tell you what they're looking for and then what they're not looking for. And then actually maybe I'll start with what they're not looking for. Let's do that. So when it comes to the conversations, I know it's on LinkedIn, hiring teachers. This is why you should hire teachers. This is why teachers do this. Like I call it the campaign of why we should hire teachers. And I'll tell y'all, as a hiring manager, what hiring managers really look for. And then again, not just my hiring manager skills. Like I have helped, lots of people get hired. So I know why they said yes to them, like based off me looking at their interview and me looking at their answers, what they're presenting themselves, etc. I hate to say this, I hate to sound ridiculous, but they're not hiring teachers. And what I mean by that is they're not hiring teachers to teach. So if you show up to the interview, if your resume screen, like if I can look at your resume and I would hire you to be a teacher, like I want you to really look at your resume. Would I hire you to be a teacher? Not, and then probably not going to hire you to work in ed tech. And then if you come into the interview and you keep talking about everything teacher related, it's like, I'm not, do that job description say teacher, students? It doesn't. So I think that the thing that tripped people up is I felt, okay, this is ed tech. They want me because of my background. Yes. And like, yes, we want you because of your education background, but not for teaching. Not now, and I will break it down. But like, we are not looking to hire teachers to teach. So like, if you come in here saying, okay, I'm a teacher, I teach third grade, I'm a teacher in education, my master's in elementary education. I'm passionate about education. I love teaching. Um, my classroom management skills. I feel like I can relate to people. I love your product. I love your product. I use your product all the time. Like literally, I love this product so bad. I love it. I love it. And have said nothing about the career that we're applying for. So in ed tech, the roles that I help with for ed tech specifically are customer success and sales. There are other positions, but those two are, I feel like, highest paid, most in demand, and teachers are able to go into that. However, notice how I said ed tech customer success and ed tech sales. I did not say ed tech teacher. Like I'm a teacher and there are teachers who are working in these roles, but they do not teach in these positions. So like, therefore, anything that if you are presenting as a teacher, all your answers are teacher centered, if you're talking about student proficiency, if you're talking about assessments, if you're talking about lesson plans, if you're talking about classroom management, if you're talking about talking to parents, if you're talking about your after school club, if you're talking about standards, again, unless you're doing curriculum design. But if you're talking about anything that would get you hired as a teacher, that's why you're not getting hired in these roles because we're not hiring teachers. Okay. What we do like, so to give you the caveat, what we do like, and what I was hired for was my background. So I'll give you an example. So my first role, I was working in ed tech sales, and in sales, in ed tech, essentially you are talking to decision makers. You're talking to principals, most likely superintendents, district level leaders, the ones who make the purchasing decisions. Okay. So for me, when I went into my interview, I said, hey, my name is Jasmine. I am a former teacher, currently a school administrator, and I work a lot with the different technology tool implementations. I am actually on the decision making team of deciding which tools we're going to keep. I've been on the side where we're also even vetting new tools. So I'm super excited about being able to bring my experience working directly with administrators. I also have sales experience. Again, my sales experience was like retail, but I understood enough of like sales is about finding the right person with the right problem and positioning the solution as a no-brainer to their problems. Okay. Notice the difference in how I position my skills. It's all about marketing. It's all about positioning. It's all about selling your skills. Okay. So we like the background and hiring managers also, like people who are not, because a lot of the hiring managers are actually not former educators. Some of them are now. Like, um, one of my managers was a former teacher, and she's also a VP of customer success. But a lot of the VPs, a lot of the hiring managers, a lot of the recruiters are not former teachers. So they don't, um, what they value is your knowledge, but in context to the role that you're applying for. So that just means that you really actually, and I'm going to go over what they are hiring for so that you can get it, but like they're not hiring teachers. So you have to become the new role. That's why I say it. So like, if you're like, oh, no one's hiring teachers, no one's hiring me, it's probably because you're a teacher trying to get a CSM job. And you need to be a CSM trying to get a CSM job. You need to be a sales consultant. And if your thought is like, oh, but I don't know how to get the information, you're on my podcast. I have it. You know, go get a certification. Like, I hate to sound ridiculous. Sorry, it's a TikTok I keep referring to. So if you don't get that joke, then I get it. But I hate to sound ridiculous. But if you don't have the information, just go get the information. It really is that simple. Like it really actually is. Like you can just Google, you can ask chat, like, hey, what's a good certification? Because like the thing is you just need to learn it well enough, just like you know teaching. Like just how you know teaching well enough, just how you've been able to stand up and teach 100 days plus out of the year and you're an expert teacher. You don't really have to refer to no notes on an interview. So I've even had people say, oh yeah, I made flashcards. I'm like, do you have flashcards for your teaching interview? I don't think so. I think you just know the information because you're an expert. That's the same level of what you need to do. So whatever it is going to get you to become an expert, which is what I'm actually one of the first thing I'm going to say about what hiring managers are looking for, are experts in their career. But yeah, we're not hiring teachers. Okay. Another thing that we're not hiring for, people who just want a job. And this is like actually like more than 50% of the people on the internet. I just want a job. I don't want nothing but a job. I don't want no course. I don't want no program. I just, I don't even want to listen to your podcast. I just want you to tell me who's hiring and who's in urgent need so I can get up out of this classroom. 60. Make sure it's not hot. I'm drinking tea if you're not on the video podcast. But we're not hiring people who just want jobs because like if you are just like it's in I tell my clients this is like what do I tell them? I tell them like it's pick me energy versus pick you energy. And this is what I mean. If you're like a pick, and I'm not saying it in a mean way, but if you're like a pick me, like, oh, hire me. Like, why haven't you hired me? Why y'all not hiring me? Why I have all this experience. My experience speaks for itself. Okay. My experience speaks for itself. I have all these degrees. I have all these degrees. You need to hire me. Okay. We don't want people who just want a job. Okay. We call those low effort. Like all you want is a job. So it's like all you are thinking about is yourself. It's like pick me versus pick you energy. It should be like, of course we want to pick you because you're giving us everything that we need. Versus, like, and if you're giving us everything we need, like you're an expert, you know what you're talking about. You're talking about what skills you bring to the table. You're talking about how you're gonna help the business grow. Like all those things, and not anything about you. A lot of teachers just want to talk about themselves. Like, I just want to talk about myself. I just want to talk about my experience. I just want to talk about everything I've done. I want to talk about this, that. I want to show them this. And it's like, and I've even had people say, like, they asked me this question. I haven't even been able to talk about myself. Girl, we don't want to hear about yourself. We want to hear about the services you bring, the skills you bring to the table. Okay. So people who just want a job, low effort, like that, if you are just wanting a job, it shows in your interview in several ways. Okay. One, by you skipping the step of hearing me say, we are not hiring teachers. We are hiring the role that we're hiring for. Okay. Um, if you just want a job and you're just applying to like 10 different careers, you've been tweaking your resume for 10 different careers, you just want a job. Like you're in survival mode. And that's why I always say we cannot burn ourselves out into a new job, a higher paying one, a job that you're going to enjoy. Like everything that you're afraid of, a lot of teachers are afraid of getting, again, afraid of not getting hired, afraid of getting to a job that they don't like, afraid of getting laid off, afraid of not getting paid. And all those steps can be avoided if you learn your new career. You learn a 6-figure career. Okay. In my program, 6-figure educator, my clients are quite literally learning 6-figure skills. They're learning how to be a CSM. They're learning how to be an EdTech sales consultant. Then they can do both. They're learning how to position themselves, like one, become an expert in that career. The portfolios, listen, That portfolio, I don't know who made that portfolio certification. I don't know who made that, but the hiring managers are eating it up. Okay. The portfolios have actually been helping some of my clients. I've had clients who sent their portfolio before their interview, and then they're in the interview and they may not know some answers to the questions, like they overthink it. And they're like, hey, I think you're overthinking it because you just told me you know how to do this in the portfolio. So it's actually saving them. Okay. It is quite literally the evidence that they're looking for of you can do that job. And that's what they do. Okay. So for my clients who are still avoiding it, ma'ams, ma'ams, and I'm saying ma'ams that work with women only. Um, this is what they're looking for. So we're scared of it. Like all the things we're afraid of is in the work. And I know that I actually saw a post. I do feel like we have as a society, and I'm not saying everybody, but as a society, we want the easy button for everything. We don't want to do the work. Okay. Again, when Kim K said, you just gotta get your behinds up and work, I actually understand now. Because you do actually have to work. Like the soft life, in order to get the soft life, you actually have to work. Like my one of my business coaches talked about how people talk about influencers. Like people be like, I am also a content creator, influencer, etc. So I be the person outside with my camera, recording, and people are like, however they look at me, and then they see the videos, like, oh, I would love to be a content creator. But they don't understand that it's actually work to be a content creator. You have to think of the content I'm going to create. Okay. Like it is work. I feel like I'm calling it the tip of the iceberg syndrome. Like people see the soft life. People see me on a boat in Miami anytime I feel like it. People see me at the express lines and they just are thinking that, oh, like just who's hiring? That's the question they're asking. I'm like, ma'am, it's not just who's hiring. It's like I bring value to these people. Like that's why people pay me money. People pay me thousands of dollars because I help them make thousands of dollars. Okay. I help companies retain millions. That's how I'm able to go and get a Disney pass. If I have y'all don't see my YouTube vlogs coming out because the only reason why my YouTube vlogs have not come out yet is because I need to edit those videos. Okay. I love creating the content. I love recording it. Like that part is easy for me. But I know some people it's hard to just record. Like, a lot of people are afraid to just press record. I tell a lot of people ask me for content creator advice, and I say press record and upload. But for YouTube, it's long form. Anyway, back on track. HD focus. My ADHD focus. Um, if you are just someone who just wants a job, I would just say like people get mad at me. Someone on YouTube actually had got mad at me. They're like to tell someone because I said if you just want a job, I say go work at Target, and people got mad at me. I don't know if they got mad because it's Target or because I said to go get a retail job. And I'm not being mean. I think I just want to make sure y'all understand what I'm saying. That if you are just someone who just wants a job and you want a job without having to do the resume, you don't want to do any of that stuff, retail is a little bit easier to get into. Like you just have to, again, you still have to sell your skills. Because I saw someone who said, um, I tried getting a job at Walmart and it didn't work. And I'm just like, so are y'all just gonna stop at it not working, or you want to kind of investigate and figure out why it's not working? Because you still have to sell your skills. Like even working at Walmart, Target, McDonald's, they still want to know like if you can do the job. Like it's not like the low effort society. Like I feel like Chat GPT is a part of it, but nothing wrong with chat. I love me some chat. But I think people have stopped thinking and they just want it done for them. They want done for you. They want done for you services, but then they don't want to pay for the done because there are done for you services. Okay, I love a done for you service. Okay, actually just did a done for you service last month where I'm like, I could sit here because I joined a program and they tell you how to do it, and I'm like, actually, I don't really want to do it myself. Like I don't want to. Where's it done for you? How much is that? And then they did it for me. But even still, I had to tell them what I wanted, and they did it for me. But I was like, okay, this is what I want. Do it for me. Done for you. Okay, in my program, since you're an educator, I do done for you resume. I do done for you how to brand your experience. Like I do a lot of done for you services in my program. So people are wondering like, oh, that's a lot of money. I'm like, yeah, because I'm doing a lot for you, but it's also done with you. Like I'm not someone who's just giving you a resume. I have a whole thing of how to understand your new resume, how to market your experience. Like all my clients, for all of the interviews they get, I am literally helping them. So that is what you're paying for. But if you just want a job, go work at a retail. But someone is like, oh, to tell someone with a degree to go get a job at a retail, that is disrespectful. It's disrespectful. And I go, I'm animated. So I'm not making fun of nobody. Okay. So if you're the person about that comment, I'm not making fun of you. I understand that there is uh, a disconnection of what I'm trying to convey. What I'm saying is if you just want to go get a job, go get an easy job, an easier job. Don't go, like, you cannot go into a six-figure job interview just with wanting a job. It just don't work like that. It don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Um, it just doesn't work. It's low effort. It's like, oh, I want to go to the person who actually is selling their services. You don't. So I would call that self-serving. So like if you are self-serving and you are only thinking about getting a job, we're not hiring those. Because, and I'll go over. So then four different types of people that we're not hiring in interviews. Robots. So if you're someone who, okay, I hear that. I understand that. I'm not those persons. I'm going to actually do my research. I've been on ChatGPT. I've been asking them interview questions. I've been looking at what questions they're going to ask me. I've memorized my answers. Um, you're a robot. And this is what I mean. We're not hiring robots. We're not looking for people who have memorized answers. If you have a memorized answer, it presents as a memorized answer. As someone who has interviewed people to hire, interviewed people, in my company, like, interviewing, like, and also help people improve their interviewing skills. Being a robot is one people. Like, cause like, if you're a robot, if you sound like if you have a memorized answer, I can guarantee you they can believe that it's a memorized answer. Okay. I think a lot of people go into interviews with so many things. Like, you're thinking it's high stakes. You want to have the right answer. You want to know what they're going to ask you, but there is no way of finding that out. You just have to not be a robot. You have to be a human that understands the job. Okay. We don't hire robots. We don't hire nervous Nancy. So if you're someone like, I'm really nervous, I don't hire nervous Nancy's. Because if you're nervous in your interview, I'm nervous to hire you because, especially for ed tech, especially for customer success and sales, you're going to be, again, helping retain and bring in new business for about $1 million, $2 million. And if you're nervous, I'm thinking about, oh, if she's nervous in this interview, she's probably going to be nervous with these clients. And I'm not looking to hire a nervous Nancy. Mm-mm. A yapping Yesenia. Someone who just yap, 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 yapping. So maybe you're like, oh, no, no, no. I am not memorizing. I can get it. But you're a yapper. And I am a yapper. So as someone who is a yapper, I don't hire yappers who don't get to the point. Like, you got to get to the point. Okay. And we don't hire pretending polys, people who pretend to know. It takes more effort to pretend to know the job versus doing it. So if you come in there, um, um I'll call my friend Jack. They tell her to call you right back. We're doing on this. Um, yeah. So those are the people that we're not hiring. So let's talk about what we are hiring for. So that y'all, again, if I called you out, I love you. I love you bad. Okay. But that's why you're not getting hired. So if you fall in those categories, I just want a job, you're trying to memorize answers, you're nervous in your interviews, you're gapping your tenure, you're self-serving, you're pretending polys, that's a short and skinny of why you're not getting hired. Okay. I've been asking a lot of my clients lately of how they prefer feedback. Um, sorry, I got distracted. And oh yeah, so about how they receive feedback, and a lot of them are like, just tell me, be direct with me. So this is me being direct with y'all. If y'all want me to say it nicer, I'm just gonna say, like, there's just a lot of information that you are not privy to just being a teacher, and it's not your fault. And I don't want you shaming yourself. This was all me as well before. Um, as a hiring manager, and again, I'll even give y'all of like when I hired my assistant. Like, I hired an assistant because I've been a solopreneur for all the time I've been an entrepreneur, I've been a solopreneur. What a solopreneur means is I've been doing everything myself. So I've been being the coach. Like, I am the career coach. Like, I'm the main person in my program. Like, I am the person that you're working with. Like, you come in here and you're working with me. Okay. That means I also am doing the marketing. So like my social media content, my TikTok, my YouTube, my podcast, my everything. I've been doing everything myself. Literally everything. I have coaches that help me, like, as far as like the day to day, like me writing my emails, everything I've been doing it myself. Not only do I write my emails, but I schedule my emails. Not only do I come up with my content, but I record the content, I edit the content, I schedule the content, I post the content, I do everything. And I got to a point where I'm like, okay, start to short circuit. I'm okay, I'm doing everything. And I'm like, okay, now it's time for me to hire help. And I was trying to, like, avoid it for a long time. Not that I didn't want the help, but it's like, you're gonna pay for help. And I was like, okay, well, I'm trying to do everything myself. I'm trying. Because y'all, I also have bills, But I'm like, okay, you know what? This actually works. And it's like, okay, I do need to invest in order for me to not short circuit. And when I was hiring, so it was a whole process. Like, number one, so with my company, it's a little bit easier because like it's defined of what we're looking for in a CSM. Like we will have specifics of what we want for, a CSM, a salesperson, etc. But for my role, and I'm just giving you all the context to kind of truly understand again what is happening. So when you EdTech CEO, hiring managers, because like the ultimate decision maker in a tech company, especially an EdTech company, is the CEO. Typically, the last interview are with the CEOs or the higher ups, and they are just like me. And they have put a lot of effort into the job description because they know exactly what they're wanting in their company. So for me, when I came up with my job description for my assistant, I was very, very specific of what I needed help with. Okay. I wanted them to have worked with certain programs, like all the programs that I use, like all the different platforms and things that I use. I wanted someone who's a self-starter. Like, could I have opened it up? Because I know some people are thinking, like, oh, you could have hired me. I could do anything. But it's like, as much as that, and I did open it up to a couple of previous clients that I've seen them do this type of work as far as like the job posting, but I even told them, okay, I'm going to put you through the same process that I do for hiring for everybody. But when I was hiring, I was not looking to hire someone that I had to train on different things. Okay. Like, I was looking for someone who has done this before. I was looking for someone who has already worked with a coach, like me, a online coach, someone who's worked with different platforms before, the email marketing software, editing podcasts, repurposing content, all the things. Like, I was looking for someone who's done that already. Um, I was looking for a self-starter. Now, with that being said, I still have something called SOPs, standard operating procedures of how I do certain things. And it was work for me to even hire because I'm like, okay, from this being my first hire, like I wanted things done a certain way. So I had to outline the steps. So even though it's twofold. So it's like people always ask, oh, they can train me. Your companies will train you on their unique processes, but I'm not trying to train someone on how to become an assistant. Okay. I'm not trying to do that. I want someone who has done it. And that's what I did. And in that interview, I was just asking questions like people like to ask, okay, what questions? I didn't have set interview questions. I was like, okay, I want to know if you can do the job. So number one on the list of what we're looking for when we're hiring teachers is we're looking for experts. We're looking for experts. We're not looking for someone who can just do the job. I'm looking for someone who can do the job really well. So when we are, as I've seen people say, oh, that's a lot of work. You have to stand out. Yeah, you bet your bottom dollar you're going to stand out. Like that's how you get hired. We are hiring experts. So that means whatever, and I talk about this in my exit plan course. By the way, again, if you are looking to get support in this transition journey, I have what you need. I got what you need. Got what you need. Okay. Two options. My exit plan course is a DIY transition that literally breaks down 5 different career paths, how to market. It gives you everything. How to navigate leaving retirement, how to navigate healthcare, what to do leaving mid-year, end of the year. Everything that you can think about is what the exit play course is. And at the end of it, you will also learn how to market your resume for one career path, and I will literally look over it. Okay, I fix it from your resume review. So that is my exit plan course, DIY. Right now, it's only $297 with payment plans available, so you do have the option. And then my high level mentorship, my 6 month one-on-one mentorship, where you're working directly with me, where you're getting it done for you services called Six Figure Educator. You're learning how to make six figures. It is a career preparation program and you get support all the way until you land a job. Okay. Both all of these are found in the show notes. To go in my mentorship program, you will book a free one-on-one sales call where you will learn, we will talk and see if you are a good fit for it. And I also have payment plans for those as well. So just FYI. But you could also listen to my podcast. But just know you have options. So experts, we're hiring experts. So in my program, and both of them, sorry, I'm overcoming a cold, and like my nasalness only comes when I have to talk for a long time, but I'm fighting through. So whatever would make you feel like an expert, that's how much you got to learn the role. Okay. And again, I remind everybody, it is more work to be a teacher. It is more work to be a teacher. Okay. Another thing is CSM. So in EdTech specifically, so whatever role you're applying for, That's what they're looking to hire. So again, you must be a teacher. So like you being a transition teacher, you have to transition into a CSM before you're hired. You have to interview as a CSM. You have to interview as a salesperson because we're hiring experts and then we are hiring you to either bring in new business or retain new business. That's it. We want to know that you can retain business and bring in new business. That's what either CSM or sales. But even still, they are looking for personality. They are looking like when we are hiring, when I'm hiring, all I'm envisioning is you working with the clients. No, in my EdTech company, and then here in my for my visit, I'm looking for someone who's going to be able to interact with my clients, with potential clients, with the internet, all the different correspondence. I'm looking for someone that will be working. Like I want to see personality. I want to see not just a robot. I want to see you. And I've been coaching a lot of my clients on, okay, you have all the information now. Where's your personality? I've had my clients literally write out 10 fun facts about yourself. Like, I need you to be who you are. Be who you are for your pride. There's another TikTok, sorry. But be who you are. Like, I want to see your personality. I even tell my clients, a lot of people work with me because they see me as a person. Okay. People see, so if y'all follow me, Pretty Rich Teacher, and I also have my personal page, Jasmine Dion, JazmyneDio. It's my name, Jasmine Dion. And I just be posting whatever. I be having fun. But people see, okay, she's actually a real person. Like I'm not this like snooty career coach where I'm like, I'm going to help you get hired. And the snootiness certification, it's even though we're doing serious business and I'm helping you make money, like I am a personality. That's also why a lot of y'all like me. Cause like you're, oh, she's funny. I think I'm funny. I think I'm funny a little bit, a lot bit. I was actually listening to my podcast. I don't be listening to my podcast, y'all, but I do now because I'm like, I tell my clients to listen to their interviews. Let me listen to my podcast and like get the perspective. Like, let me see what people are listening to so I can improve. Um, and by the way, I would really appreciate if y'all can leave me a review of how you feel about this podcast. I know a lot of y'all love it, and I want to see what y'all think. And I did not know that podcasts are not like social media. So at least social media, the algorithm gets pushed, but podcasts don't really get pushed. So the only way people find out about my podcast, make sure you share it with a friend. Make sure you leave a review. Please. I would love it. I would appreciate it if if you like me. Um, yeah, personalities will get you hired. We're looking to see you with the client. So if you are lost in your head of being a robot, trying to, again, be self-serving, trying to have the right answer, yapping, and you're so focused on doing good in your interview and you're not even like showcasing your personality, like if you're not able to break the ice, like when I'm in interviews, 'cause I still be going on interviews for fun, just to kind of see what's going on. And I just like to interview. And even when, I just, whatever, I still be talking to people like on a regular, like regular talking to people, like just genuinely talking to people. I am a conversationalist. I feel like being able to make small talk is also a part of the interview process because what are you going to be doing with these clients? You're not just going to be doing the job. You're going to be talking to them. You're quite literally talking to them. So you got to know how to have personality. You got to know how to make small talk. If you don't know how to do that, like I am also an introvert. I think I like, remind people I have an extroverted skill set. I do, but I am an introvert. I am an introvert. I am the most introverted introvert that you could think of. When I'm home, when I'm not traveling, like when did I get home? What day is it? Look at the calendar. I got back from New Year's on Saturday. I went to my friend's baby shower, and today's Friday. I have not gone anywhere. I've been home. I talk to people from my phone on the internet, but I have not talked to. I don't think I've talked to a human being except for the Chick-fil-A people. And then today I'm gonna get my lashes done and my wax. So I'm talking to people, but not like yeah, like I'm not talking to people, but with that being said, like when I do go out into the world, like I know how to have a conversation. Like I know how to bring my personality. And it's like not even anything I'm trying to do. Like I don't try to lay out my personality. It just comes out. But if you're someone where your personality does not naturally come out, find out why. Like there's usually a reason why you're not showing your personality. Like I had one client where we basically found out that she has been masking her personality. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to this. You probably have been told that you're too much, that you're dramatic, you're extra, you're all these things. And they're like, girl, just chill, like just chill. And it's like, but this is my personality. And I've been I have been chastised for my personality. I have been told I'm too much. I have been told you're doing too much. You're too sensitive. You're all these things. And I'm just like, but this is who I am, and I've learned that, a lot of people who question your personality aren't happy themselves. They aren't. They simply aren't. Because quite literally doing everything this person I used to be with, they would literally chastise me up and down. And everything they would chastise me for, I'm doing it times 10 and I'm making the most money I've ever been. I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'm doing everything. Like, I'm doing everything. And I don't do it to prove it to them. I'm like doing it to myself. Like, girl, like you are not ever too much. Okay, maybe my response to people when they say I'm doing a lot, I'm like, maybe you're not doing enough. How about that? Have you considered that? That maybe you're not doing enough? Let me sip my tea. Delicious. Um, Maybe not doing enough. So I challenge you, like, why haven't you been able to showcase your personality? Where are you able to showcase your personality? And that needs to be brought to the interview. Because, like, one of my clients who just got hired, they were like, I love your personality. I actually, I had to bring those on. Actually, it's two of my clients. They're actually sisters. I can't wait for y'all to hit that episode. We're gonna have a great episode. One's working in customer success, one working in EdTech sales. And they are personalities. Um, and for them, it's effortless for them to bring their personality. They still had things to work on, but personality came natural to them. And they were hired because they're like, wow, I really, really like you. And if you ever heard of personality hires, like that is a thing. Like people like personalities. Like I know that's why people like me because my personality. And so I challenge you, like bring in your personality. I'm going to do a whole episode on personality, but we are hiring you to see you with clients. Okay. Two other things. We're looking for you. We're looking for proof that you can do the job. Um, that's why my portfolio, my certification that I have in my program, it is like I'm telling all my clients, like, I have to record some videos and really get them to understand this. But like this is the work that's going to get you hired fast. Every client who has sent their portfolio and like really have been able to master, which is the part B of that is selling yourself, because you can't hide behind the portfolio. You cannot hide behind your certification. It's the same thing as your degrees. Um, and going back, sorry, this is my HD connecting dots. The same comment that someone had left me on YouTube about, it is disrespectful for you to talk about me going into a retail job with my degrees. Like it's disrespectful. Y'all, I have a whole doctorate and ask me how many times I brought up my doctorate in an interview. Okay. One time. Don't hide behind your degrees. Just because you have a degree equals degree. That's what it equals. It equals you have a degree. There is no entitlement. Like there is nothing. Like there is nothing. It means no, I'm not telling you it means nothing. I'm not trying to invalidate your experience and your degrees. Because again, for you to work so hard in your degrees and someone say it means nothing, I understand how that can be offensive. I'm not trying to offend you. I'm just saying you having a degree means that you worked hard to get a degree, and it means you're a hard worker. But it does not, you do not get privilege of anything automatically just because you have it. Okay, you get your degree. You get to say you have a degree. You're entitled to talk about your degrees, but it does not equal higher paying job. It does not mean you are better than or less than anybody. You still got to sell your skills. So again, if you want a job, you still have to learn how to sell your skills. Like a lot of people, again, my experience speaks for itself. It does not speak for itself. You must give it a voice. You have to sell your skills. And even as a hiring manager, people have told me, people have said that in their interviews. But even me, like I like when somebody sells their skills. Like my assistant, she's like at the end of the interview, she's like, she was selling her skills. I'm saying, no, girl, I'm eating it up. Sell me. Sell your skills, sell your services, sell it. Okay. 'Cause I like to spend money. I like that. Hiring managers like for you to sell your skills because again, with you being able to sell your skills, like selling why you out of all these other people, guess what you're going to be doing in the role of EdTech customer success and sales? You're going to be selling a service. So if you can't even sell yourself, and again, none of this is shame. Everything that you don't know how to do, you can learn how to do. Everything is learnable. Everything is learnable. You will all learn new things every day as a teacher. So you just still learn it. That's it. That's it. um, yeah, that's all we're looking for. Let me see if I'm looking at my notes. If y'all see me ever looking down or I'm looking at my notes to make sure I did everything. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Okay. So That's it. That's how you get hired. That's the secret to my clients getting hired. That's it. There's no other thing. Now there are specific strategies that I teach, that I go over in different episodes, that I literally like that's my whole job, y'all, is a career coach for transitioning teachers. I know some people are still looking at that as like, I don't know why you're like, there's still some people, and again, I know it's just a knowledge gap, so I don't ever get offended at people saying it. Like, oh my gosh, these teacher career coaches are scams. They just wanna they're taking advantage of teachers. I'm like, no, they're not. Now, again, always ask your questions. Always ask questions to me. The clients who like are my best success stories ask me a lot of questions. But again, go through my podcast, go through my website. Like I have my receipts. I have the receipts. But like my whole point is my entire business is helping teachers make more money outside of the classroom. That's my business. That is what I literally do. That is my bread and butter. That is how I make money. Okay. I make money by helping other teachers make money. So that is what I specialize in. Okay. That's what I specialize in. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this was helpful. You are capable of getting hired. There's nothing wrong with you. If you haven't listened to my episode about the top 10 reasons career transitions fail, I think you should go listen to that. I think it'll be helpful. But there's nothing broken. There's nothing wrong with you. We just have to move into service energy to be irresistible, to get hired. You need to ask yourself, how am I a no-brainer candidate? My method that I teach with my clients is selling ice to people in Antarctica. Imagine, I think that's the best thing. That's what I teach. I have a whole training that I'm so excited to record with my clients. I'm revamping the curriculum and I'm adding in that particular training to really teach that concept. But I want you to imagine hiring managers are in Antarctica. They already have ice. They already have it. And you are coming to the table with ice and you need them to buy it. You need them to buy what you are selling. And because I would always joke and tell people this, I can sell ice to people in Antarctica. I really, truly can. And it's even if you feel like you can't do that, if you believe that you can, like I think that's the biggest thing. We hire people who I can believe that you can do this job. But if you don't believe you can do the job, if you are coming to these interviews, oh, I didn't really know this, I don't really know that, we can pick that up. I think a lot of people also like work with me because like they believe it. They're like, oh, I really believe that you can help me. And you believe that you can help me. So I believe it. And I genuinely do believe it. I told my clients if they came onto my consultation call and I was like, let me get a little journal. Uh, uh, I think I can help you. I, I think I can help you. How many degrees do you have? Oh yeah, I think you can get hired. I think so. Maybe. I think you can get hired. Maybe. It's a possibility. I can't, that's not even a guarantee. I don't know if you can get an interview. I don't know. Maybe. It's up to, it's up to the universe. If I said all that, y'all would not work with me. Okay. Now, caveat, I cannot guarantee anything. However, I can guarantee if you follow these steps and you keep doing everything I say, you will get interviews. And if you listen to the steps of how to interview well, you can get a job. I can guarantee you that. But there is no like 100% guarantee of anything. Okay. The only time people are guaranteeing you will get a job is a job placement service. Cause like that's literally their business is placing people. And then when you get hired, they get 10% off the top. That's the only people who can guarantee it. Some people are like, oh, I want it. And there's an episode I have how to guarantee your success. Go listen to that. But that's how you guarantee your success. That's how you guarantee it. But if I came in here half energy and telling y'all, okay, y'all, this is what worked for me. I don't know about y'all. I don't know about anybody else. This is only what worked for me. And I am telling y'all what has worked with over 100 people. And I believe it with my chest. How to get hired. I know how to help people get hired. Okay. I know how to help people make 100K. Okay. When I first came out the gate as a career coach, I wasn't saying that. I wasn't saying I can help you make 100K. I said I can help you create your exit plan. And then as I work with more people and work with more people, and now I see the light, I know exactly, and have seen people get hired. I know like that is my energy and I believe it. So you got to believe it in yourself to get hired. Okay. Okay. All right. I think that's it. Check the show notes for information and happy applying. You all will get hired. Just don't give up. And I will see y'all in the next episode. Bye.